Hello. Really pray my people are having an amazing, blessed Thursday morning. It is 40 minutes past, actually, it's 20 minutes to 11 a.m. here in South Africa. And first things first, we're going to look at our 6 external range reference points, which is 1, 2, 3. This is sell side. This is 1, 2, 3 for buy side, and out of these we'll have the lowest of that range, the highest of the range, and in the middle we'll look for fair value. So obviously it's always relative to the observer, but the fair value that jumps at me on this lower time frame, first one is this baby here, 1. Second one is the small baby here. Oof, I like this one. So right there. So this is my buy side and sell side, but since we did trade above it, it will be considered buy side. And out of these, do I expect to chase the high of that range or the low of that range? So I got here 40 minutes late, so we are at the end of the juice cycle where we are kind of gravitating to these highs. So I do see it bumping these highs, and maybe if we do get any animation, these relative equal highs and all the way till these here, baby. That's what I think we might do before we see any continuation lower. We can put back our buy side liquidity has been tagged already -9. Buy side has been tagged already -9. Sell side has yet to be engaged. We'll keep it at that. And sell side has yet. Oh, this one was engaged. This consensus dotted line, and this one's there. Straight to a 1-minute chart, and we are currently here. So first things first, my brain is already long. As soon as it touches most the high end, I'm looking at the small fair value here. So there we go, right there. As soon as it touches that, which is the higher end of that hourly inefficiency that we saw, right on time, right on price. Fingers crossed. Let's pray. I'm joking. But now that we're here within this price action, what we're looking at is obviously for points of invalidation, but the first thing you ask yourself is, from the previous hour, what did we do? We opened, apologies, just mark it here. Opened, traded lower, spooled higher. We have relative equal highs here, which have yet to be tagged in any shape, way, or form, and we are longing within a higher time frame inefficiency, looking for potential spooling higher. We do have fair value here. Our stop loss is intact in case it decides to trade a lot deeper. Personally, I don't think we might trade to this low just of yet before taking out this buy side liquidity. So we are expecting spooling higher in the next 2 minutes. So within 03:45, that's when I really expect that explosiveness for us to really make means for higher prices. If we are to see lower prices, then most probably I'm wrong on the execution, and I just I just long the tick high. And the reason for that, if it was to be viable in any shape or form, we do have fair value here, which we did trade into, and we could see it offer a deeper retracement than I would like, or we might just see it roll lower and see lower prices, and this becomes the high for the 2 to 3 o'clock hour, and these two relative equal lows relative to that get tagged instead of that relative equal highs, which I don't think is the case. So I can't make a case for sell side just of yet. I can make mostly a case for buy side, but we'll see as price continues to print. But other than that, that's the only thing I have for you, and we'll patiently wait for time. We only have 30 minutes left, or 30 seconds left, and let's see if it will deliver to buy side target. Personally, I don't like having the orders on my chart. They're already there, so just the execution is enough. And I might remove it if we do trade lower just to see what the candlestick is doing. But other than that, this is the only thing we're engaged in terms of price action. So I'm expecting 45 to spool higher, at least make an attempt for this high if it were to, but I am giving it leeway heading into or 4 o'clock, so I do think our TP will hit before then. Beautiful price delivery. So we should see continuation spooling high. This was a nice tap, the way it opened and just tapped the high end of that higher time frame inefficiency. I like seeing small signatures like that. It's beautiful. So notice I don't think in any shape, way, or form are we going to go to this fair value, at least not within the price leg that I'm in. So I'm expecting rapid repricing in one direction using the same principles. We have swept the previous hours low and we've let the previous hours high intact. So if you're to view this from a perspective of higher time frames, this will be Monday's trading. And then Monday sets the range high, sets the range low. Tuesday opens right there and trades below Monday's low into fair value, into look at it, to whatever PD array you're looking at for analysis, and then we see spooling higher into 50% of the range, into deeper, and most potentially buy side, which is the opposite side of the spectrum with the relative to buy side and sell side. So we have engineered traded below sell side, and we're about to trade below above buy side. A beautiful spooling higher at 45 as expected. Let's see if we're gonna get any animation higher at 0345. Not 45. I'm gonna say 50, but it's not a 3-minute interval, so I don't want you to focus on that. But that's a macro where you can accept spooling in one of either direction. Hey? So we'll patiently wait for that one. So the next candlestick should open and make an attempt for this high there. When it does that, it shows more willingness for higher prices in this minute, not the next one, this one that's currently printing. They already took out that buy side, which is nice, but I would love more juice. Yeah, it already performed the function of taking that, but I want to see more lemon, more juice higher, just above that high. Because that will indicate to me as an executor that I'm right on side, right on time, and the market is more willing to make higher prices than it is to make lower prices, because we're taking out buy side liquidities at predetermined moments in time in which I'm expecting liquidity to get taken. Just 10 seconds left. It's okay. It's a nice one. We're looking at it relative to this, it's two double tops, relative equal highs. Couldn't break that, but I do think we will at 0350. So we are trading into small fair value here. Can just remove that now. Don't need it on my chart. So I still think TP will get hit before 0 o'clock. But what happens is if we trade anywhere near this and close below it, or we start meandering around, the probabilities of that happening at 0 o'clock fall out of favor, and we could see o'clock open, trade lower to fair value, and then spool higher with this baby here, which is what I don't want to see. So, but it is a probability, a possibility. Apologies. So the fair value I'm watching that's proving very difficult to break is this baby here. So it's proving very difficult to leave that. You see that? But we'll see if we can get a nice explosive run just to buy side. I do think we'll still do it before 4. That's kind of my interpretation. If you do it any later, that's kind of uncharted territory, and we're just meandering around. And I could be most probably wrong. And also I want you to notice, if you're looking at it relative to ranges, from buy side all the way down to sell side, we are longing in what you would call a premium. But if you take that same range from buy side all the way down here to sell side, 50% not sell side, where did we long? Right at discount. So we're at discount of this range from there to that level. So that's why I'm kind of expecting spooling to happen within this delivery schedule. If not, then we will trade to 50%, and I'm genuinely wrong, and that's okay. So we are trading into a higher time frame inefficiency again. So now it is permissible, it trades into this fair value, which is what I didn't want to see, in all honesty, just based on what 48 did. If 48 did get a close above there, that showed more willingness for higher prices, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. So we should see the next candlestick open and shoot lower, just relative to what this candlestick did. Just to remove this because I can't see. So you see that touches again. So you want to see if the next candlestick opens and spool lower, probabilities are out of my favor, and I'm most probably wrong. Then the retracement might be a lot deeper than I want it to be. Then you can use the range high, the range low. So this is where my experience begins to kick in. Usually when we're in uncharted territory, when we're spending more time in inefficiencies than I'd like to promise in any shape or form, and this is where majority of the lessons are learned, because this is potentially an execution or an opportunity for you to execute long again, and you're always constantly evaluating when you could be possibly wrong and why, relative to how the market is delivering at any predetermined moment in time relative to your expectations. And you're constantly managing that. You're not worried about how many contract sizes you're in, how much money you're potentially going to make or lose in any shape or form. You're cool, calm, and collected in the face of adversity, in the face of uncertainty. You do not waver in any shape or form. And you read it with the utmost of efficiency. And does not guarantee that you won't read it wrong. But what is guaranteed is your experience levels, relative to how long you've been doing it, and your ability to execute with efficiency, to read price with efficiency. That's all that matters within the grand scheme of things. It's not about how much money you can make or how much money you can potentially lose. It's all about your ability to read the financial market with the utmost of efficiency and manage yourself accordingly relative to how price prints at any given moment in time. But we are entering a bit of uncharted territory. apologies. So that same level, I was a bit fast, man. That same level here. So if we were to get 54 to race lower, that was what I was expecting, honestly. But then we inverted that same level, touched this support high. So if we take out this low in any shape, way, form, I'm wrong. And what's going to happen is only Jesus Christ knows what's happening in the financial market, and we will get most probably efficiently removed. So that was the measure of retracement I was expecting, in terms of, I did expect it, or I wanted it to trade below this if it had to, but since it done that, that's all I needed. Yeah, or that's all the market needed in terms of sell side liquidity. So we should see it gravitate to target. I still think we'll hit it before 4. And I also want you to notice something. Notice the close as well for this. Mark there. Mark there. That's perfection. Oh my goodness. So this will be a nice place to pyramid long here and expect spooling for the next 3 candlesticks. If it doesn't do that, you're wrong. But it'll be a nice 20 handle scalp. So notice my goal here was to not get the tick low, was to not get the tick high. You know, it's can you read the financial market with efficiency, and can it gravitate to target? That's it. And if you're wrong, where are those points of validation? So at this, I would love for it to be blue. And I'm focusing on the last inefficiency delivered. This is actually the last one if you're looking at this range. But if you're looking at the whole range in terms of bodies, this is the last inefficiency for buy side, before buy side liquidity was engineered. It's always nice to study those. It's a beautiful place. Too long. So if we don't spool higher in the next minute or 2, then we can expect o'clock to open in just a wick above here. Personally, I would love for TP to get hit before o'clock. Spent a bit more time than I anticipated. And also I want you to notice something. Right there, the body is 50%. But sorry, it's a bit too, there's no need for that. Hope I'm not on mute, hey. That was a nice open, taps the low end. So I don't want to see it go below this, honestly. If it does, just means we'll spend more time than I want. You know, so that level inverted, I'd love to see higher prices from here and not take out that previous minute's low. Preferably, I want my TP to be hit on this minute candlestick, not the next one. But it's okay. So we can just remove this, just for visual sakes, and then I'll mark that. I don't want us taking that low out in any shape or form. There we go. TP hit. Nice. Just before time. So beautiful price delivery today. Just another day in the office as always. And our model is complete and we're done for the day. We will see if we can execute later on in the session, etc, etc. And yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Other than that, I pray you guys have an amazing blessed remainder of your Thursday, and happy trading. Stay safe.